This is the WZRD News for Friday, February 25th, 2022. Musical accompaniment by Steve Slagle from the album Ballads, Into the Heart of It. For more than 50 years, a sewage lagoon has been sitting quietly behind the middle school and high school buildings of the Berryhill Public Schools complex, with the football field just a stone's throw away. I never dreamed that we would be doing a press conference here in front of our lagoons, former Berryhill Public Schools Superintendent Mike Campbell said. We have always tried to avoid the public back here, but not today. Campbell was one of several officials from Tulsa County, a city of Sand Springs, and the Berryhill school system who gathered to announce a plan to remove the lagoons and replace them with a sanitary sewer system that will connect to Sand Springs wastewater treatment plant. The announcement came a day after county commissioners approved $2.7 million in American Rescue Plan Act funds to pay for the project. Welcome to Berryhill Public Schools in unincorporated Tulsa County, home to the Maidens and the Chiefs, said County Commissioner Karen Keith, who led the push for the funding. Also home to one of the last public schools in our area, or maybe even the state, served by a sewage lagoon. It's right behind me. It is lovely. City Manager Mike Carter said Sand Springs and Berryhill have talked about such a project several times over at least the past 20 years, but it was not economically good for Sand Springs. But now, with federal ARPA funds going to the county, Berryhill will have a permanent solution to their sewage lagoons, said Carter, who stressed that Sand Springs has no plans to annex any homes or the school district of Berryhill. It's going to help a situation that should have been corrected a long time ago, he said. But for the ARPA funds, this would not have happened. I'm very thankful that we got it done. Campbell, who retired as Berryhill's superintendent in 2021, said the first cell of the lagoon was built in 1968, with two more constructed in 1972 to accommodate the new high school. Since then, the school system's enrollment has grown from 800 to as many as 1,285, he said. Obviously, this lagoon creates many maintenance costs and possible health risks for our students and staff, which has always been a concern, he said. You probably got a whiff of it as you walked in this morning. That is something we have had to live with for many years. The benefits of reclaiming the half-acre on which the lagoons sit include adding more land for possible development and decreasing potential risks for students and staff. Although no definitive plans for the site are in place, one idea that has been floated is to build a concrete or asphalt pad on the land in the size and shape of a football field, where our band students can practice marching, Campbell said. Sand Springs Mayor Jim Spoon said his community is excited to be part of the project. For several decades, many people have wanted to solve the problem of the sewage lagoons here at Berryhill schools, but there was just not adequate funding to make that happen, he said. With the unique opportunity that ARPA represents, we are delighted to bring together several institutions of government with a family that cares about Berryhill to make this project finally become a reality. The family that Spoon and nearly every other speaker referenced was the Beans, longtime Berryhill residents who have been staunch supporters of the school system. The family is allowing sanitary sewer lines to be built across its property, clearing the way for the project to move forward. Several members of the Bean family were present for the announcement, although none spoke during the press conference. Instead, Larry Arrowwood, who married into the family, just stood back and listened. He's 75 and graduated from Berryhill High School in 1964. Asked why he came out for the announcement, Arrowwood talked about the potential unsanitary conditions and other downsides that come with having a sewage lagoon sitting behind school buildings. My wife Dolores was part of the Bean family, Arrowwood said. She passed away, and so we are supporting the school and just here for the ceremony. He added, "It's a bad situation. Hopefully this will remedy it." The project is expected to take several years to engineer, design, and construct. Tulsa County is receiving a total of $126.6 million in ARPA funding in 2021 and 2022. The federal funds are intended to be used to help stimulate local economies and address other long-term problems precipitated by the pandemic. Source: Tulsa World, February 9th, 2022.